Are you a family looking to transition from more of the conventional world into the holistic one, especially during the holidays? My name is Dr. Erica Steele. I'm a board certified naturopathic doctor. I hold 6 degrees in my field, and they're all in the natural healthcare space. And so I've got you covered. And so just before we get into that, I have tons of holiday deals and specials from consultations to 3 months of care to clinical hypnotherapy sessions, all kinds of things. So check the link in my bio and check out what kind of deals that we have available during this time of year. Okay, so the New Year's resolution crowd, of course, is almost upon us. And so, what if we could just start a little bit sooner? And what I mean by that is typically when we're in a family, we're all influenced with each other. And so, if you tuned into my content last month, we talked about family systems and we talked about family dynamics. And so, that really spills over into your health. And so, I often hear from, let's say, married people that say, oh, my husband eats like this and I eat like that, or my kids aren't going to eat the way I eat, or etc. And so obviously, your nutrition is the foundation of your health. And so we want to know some strategies and some tips to help with that. And so a lot of times it's baby steps. It's not, the big bang, so to speak. It's really incorporating. So let's say we have our holiday meals coming up, right? So maybe we take one or two traditional dishes that normally are super healthy and we swap them out for healthier ones. And that way we start to just introduce our family to a different way of living and a different path. Again, we really want to be more intentional and we want to be more present. And how we can do that is really in the kitchen, right? Everybody's preparing, everybody's talking about the food, everybody's contributing, and everybody's really seeing all of the love and generosity that goes into meal prep. It's not just, mom in the kitchen barefoot doing all the work anymore. It's really a family experience where we're all working together as a team and we're all cooking and preparing and nourishing our body, minds, and our spirits, especially as we're bonding and building. Another thing I really want to reference as you're making that transition is really being very conscious and intentional about mindset and having those conversations. It's not just about, children not wanting to do what you say, but it's what's their mindset? Why don't they want to? And asking more questions can really help them to feel heard, to feel seen, to feel a part of, right? While also teaching them healthy boundaries. So it's great that you don't want to pick up your room. However, this is a boundary that we have, is that we want to make sure that you feel good in your space. And so in order to feel good and also to make sure there's no bugs and things like that, this is what we do. These are our behaviors that we do to ensure that we have a healthy environment to be in, as well as a clean environment too. And so setting those boundaries. Also to giving your children emotional language and emotional cues. And so we often assume that children already know, and they don't. They're learning. And so when we see, let's say, the child angry or frustrated, we want to use that language. I see that you're frustrated. Not only does that acknowledge and cues to them, oh, this is what frustration feels like, it also validates their feelings and again helps them to feel seen and helps them to feel heard, while also then teaching them tools about how to process those emotions. So now that I'm frustrated, now that I'm angry, what do I do with it? And what are those healthy strategies and tools that I can use to make sure that, the anger doesn't become self-destructive or outwardly destructive? So those are some of the simple things that we can work on. Now, there's always practical things like everybody getting a bottle of water that they fill up at the beginning of the day, and we're going to do water checks throughout the day. Maybe everybody goes on an outing in the afternoon where, they walk around the block and they exercise together. So there are also so many different things that we can do as a family to begin to transition from more of that rescue model. And what I mean by that is the conventional medical model, while it's great for acute care and it's great for certain chronic diseases, stabilization, it's really not very good for prevention. And what I mean by that is you're really always dependent, right? You're running to the doctor only when you're sick. And so when families come to me, it's really about getting out of that mindset initially that they're not coming to me because they're sick. Well, initially, a lot of times they do, but it's really about being proactive instead of reactive with your health. And so if you begin to put those structures in place and slowly begin to incorporate more health building instead of disease building, you'll see a really big shift in your family's health and well-being. And so if you're interested in learning more about my practice, please definitely click the link in my bio. We've got some incredible deals for the rest of this month, so you can dip your toe into holistic medicine. And of course, like, share, comment, subscribe for more.